so when David and Solomon were king, they were for both. And
They were together, yeah. And then after Solomon,
it divided into Israel
or
and
during. Was it after Solomon or during?
After Solomon, and then it split. And I'm thinking those are the kings.
That's what I was thinking. That these are the kings.
Yeah, of each region. Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe it'll tell us. Good morning. Good morning. I'm so tired this morning. I don't know why. So tired this morning. Good morning. I woke up 5 minutes ago. I'm struggling. It's pretty out. We have a long day too, though. Tonight is our Bible study, so we're gonna see how it goes. Pop out of bed at 9:30. That's so funny, Charity. I did do a lot yesterday. Like, I don't know who I was yesterday, but I liked her. I'm going to try to be her again today. But it all starts with struggling to get out of bed. Every morning starts like that. I slept better last night, though. I think that's why I didn't want to get up. I know, it did fly by. We won't be leaving, or I won't be leaving the shop today until, I don't know, 8:30?
Is that today?
Yeah.
I was thinking it was tomorrow.
No, today's Friday. Yep, after work, you're supposed to come down to the shop. Good morning. We almost was, Anna. I have that shirt too. It's what I'm probably going to wear today. Good morning. I hope the storms pass soon. You guys, we really need to be praying for that, for the whole Hawaii situation. Because that's rough. I hope I don't have a coughing spell. But that Hawaii situation is just mind-blowing. It's wild. And people have lost their homes. And from my understanding, like, they had to, like, jump in the water to even live from some of that fire. So we need to be praying for, Maui is basically gone. There was a wildfire, and it's basically gone. People have lost everything. Hawaii is like burnt up. And there was people there on vacation, and shoot, it was a lot. Yep, a lot of fatalities, yep. Pam asked you how you like your job, Angie.
It's a job. I'm thankful that God blessed me with it.
There you go. God's favor, she says. It is. It's so bad. So we definitely need to be praying for the Hawaii situation. Goodness, Angie. Charlie's outside. This coffee's so good. Just gonna keep drinking it. Maybe it'll wake me up. I know, not Angie throwing stuff, but right after y'all asked her how she likes her job. Good morning. Are y'all ready this morning to read? It's just how much. That's funny, Angie. That's funny. That is so funny. I love my job. Listen, yesterday, y'all just called me homemaker business woman Kelsey or something because Kelsey was on it. I even made my bed yesterday morning. I don't know who this girl is, but we are on page 76. I made my bed. I helped Emma make her bed. I cleaned the kitchen and loaded the dishwasher and unloaded the dishwasher and made pancakes all before I went to work. And that's all after Coffee Talk and our membership Zoom. And did y'all see my membership people? Did y'all see how quick I got that video uploaded? I don't know who I am, but I was on it yesterday.
I'm very impressed.
Yes. I mean, I was on it. Yeah, and I got a 30-minute nap. Like, who this? Oh, and I went to work and went grocery shopping afterwards. My goodness. Listen, I've never made my bed like that. Something about those new sheets makes me want to see my bed all made. Yes. All right, are y'all ready to read this morning? I don't think so. I don't think I have a download on it. But I have journaled the whole thing, so it's just a matter of making one. I love that, Amanda. Harley, get up, make your bed. You going to sell that in the store? That's funny. Listen, I don't know what was wrong with me yesterday. I was like, who this? I look at myself in the mirror. Who this? What'd you do with Kelsey? Anna, are you having a procedure done? Are y'all ready? We're on page 76. We're starting a new week, and this is going to be Longing for Rescue, which I'm excited about. We're going to try to go through these maps, but I need a pen. Calm down, killer. All right, one of the most stressful moments while driving may be hearing the sirens of an ambulance or police car going off behind you. As you pull over to the side of the road, you may have fleeting moments of wonder. Where are these first responders headed? What dangers awaits them? Who is in need of help? We may offer prayer for those in need and hope what they are facing is not serious. We may wonder what the person in crisis may be feeling. The seconds that feel like hours while they wait in the pit of crisis with a deep down longing, hopeful that rescue is on the way. Well, most of us are unsure of how to best help in traumatic emergencies. We're thankful for those trained to offer the exact help needed. First responders knowingly put themselves in harm's way because they are drawn to a greater need than protecting themselves. They are drawn to the reality that there is someone out there in desperate need of rescue. On some level, the need to be rescued is a feeling that may be unpopular. If we say we need rescue, we're admitting that there is a crisis that we can't handle ourselves. I do see where this is going. So our acknowledgement of rescue is often non-existent until we find ourselves in that pit. I know that's right. I see exactly where this is going. Then it becomes an urgent ache that we hope will be resolved. Throughout the Bible, God's people continually find themselves in need of rescue. Most often, it's because they put themselves in a pit of crisis trying to fulfill the deep down soul desire that could only be truly satisfied by God. I know that's right. I cannot believe that this is what we're going to be studying, because this is what I've been... This is what I have been thinking about for a couple of days. Sorry, Oscar. That's my bad. I'll pick that up in a minute. The feeling of wanting to be rescued from our circumstances is a common human experience dating back to biblical times. In 1 Kings 17, the prophet Elijah experienced the need of rescue. He faced prosecution and also suffered the consequences of a drought in the land brought on by the wickedness of King Ahab, who knows. Elijah's basic longing for food and physical protection was given him by God, who sent Elijah to the Wadi, I don't know what that word is, river, so he could receive food from ravens and drink water from the river. I love that. If you've never studied that, it's so good. A pattern we often find when it comes to God's rescue is that it often has purpose other than what appears to be evident. God rescued Abraham so that... You look pretty.
These are my new jeans.
I know, I like it. Look good.
They're comfy.
God rescued Abraham so he could be an agent of rescue and a blessing to the nations. God rescued Elijah, so in turn Elijah could be an agent of God to show the fullness of idolatry and the supremacy of God's divinity. Throughout the books of 1 and 2 Kings and into the prophets, ending with Malachi, we see that God interferes on behalf of his people, who often find themselves in the midst of crisis, longing for rescue. Yet the kings and prophets all point to the final and full rescue that could only come in and through Jesus, the Son of God, and rescuer and redeemer of mankind. The images of crisis found in the Old Testament, from the oppression of Pharaoh to the wilderness and the exile, are all shadows of the greatest evil, sin, and its weapon, death. When we chase down every anxious feeling we have, its roots can be traced to our fear of the unknown, our fear of death, or our fear of not being able to control other people and circumstances. Due to our personal crisis of sin, God sent his son Jesus to enter humanity on a rescue mission. Christ on earth defeats the greater enemy, sin, on the cross, and in doing so disarms the enemy's power, which is death, and reminds us God is ultimately in control. And when we trust him, we have assurance beyond what we are facing. We have assurance beyond what we are facing. Christ's finished work on the cross is the answer to the soul ache for assurance, provision, and the protection we also desperately want. We don't have to stand uncertain or anxious or fearful. Our rescue is certain whether we experience it here on earth or not. Yep. Our eternal home is prepared and will make all that we temporarily face during our lifetime pale in comparison. That doesn't take away the pain of what we face now, but it sure does help us gain perspective that it won't always be this way. The greatest hell a human can experience here on earth is not suffering. It's feeling like the suffering is pointless and will never get any better. Thankfully, we have hope for a future. Joy, bye, I'll see you in a little bit. Joy that is unshakable. He will wipe away every tear from their eyes, and death shall be no more. Neither shall there be mourning, nor crying, nor pain any more, for the former things have passed away. What God the Father does for us, and God the Son, is a model of what you and I are called to do in the power of the Spirit of God who dwells within us. Just as Christ did, we must plunge into the human predicament in order to bring the good news of all life in Jesus to those who are in crisis. In the same way, those first responders run toward the danger that awaits them because they are driven by a greater good. We must run towards those who are broken and battered because we carry the gospel for a great God, of a great God.
Ooh, that's good.
I knew that's where that was going. That's so good. That is so good. I don't remember. I bought it at like a vendor show. That's an angel. And my friend made it for me. That was really good. And I've been feeling a lot like I've been talking with myself about this lately. And I think I've actually been talking with, I think Steve, me and Steve were talking about it. Like, it's the people longing for rescue, but it's almost like they're not ready to be rescued. They don't understand the type of rescue that Jesus could bring them. So instead, they're out here just facing the world all by themselves, and they're suffering, and they're out here trying to do it all on their own. Remember, I talked about this the other day. They're out here facing it all on their own, carrying this big old load that you don't have to carry by yourself. But you're out here trying to do that anyway. And I don't know, it's just so good. And that's what hope is for. Hope is the assurance that it's going to change, that things are going to change, that it's going to get better. I love that. All right, let's see. So then when you turn, you got this diagram. And from what I think, this is north is Israel and south is Judah. Okay, so when you hear the word north in the Bible or south in the Bible, it's talking about Israel or Judah. Okay, north is Israel, south is Judah. And then you got, it was David and Solomon, and then you had the division of the kingdoms, right? So then they became north and south. And then these are all the kings of the north, and then I think these are all the kings of the south. Until both of them got to a fall. So, pretty sure that's what our little diagram, that one was hard for me to comprehend. Hey, girlfriend. All right, and then we got our journey at a glance. We have David's son Solomon was anointed king and built the temple. So David wasn't allowed to build the temple because of the sins that he had committed. But Solomon came up, and it was David's job. I remember journaling this. It was David's job to prepare the temple. David bought all the supplies. He got Solomon ready to build the temple. And I remember journaling that because I was like, some of us reap what the person in front of us prepared. Sometimes it's not your job to fulfill whatever vision you have. It's your job to prepare for it. And then somebody else will come in and fulfill it. And that's how everybody works together in perfect harmony. But then you see Israel was divided between north and south. And then you got the king Asa in Judah renewed the covenant with God's people. Then you got King Josaphat in Judah. He trusted God. And then during the corruption regains of Ahab and this guy in North Israel, God ministered to Elijah and Elisha to lead the charge of righteousness. I love those stories. Are we really not going to study any of them?
Rude.
I don't think so. Nuh-uh. We're just going to skip over Elijah. No. Really? Fine. Then you got Hosea. That God will call a people, children of the living God, who were formerly called not my people. Gosh, Hosea. Hosea's so good. How are we going to skip it? Prophet of Amos. No, it's Amos. I don't know. Something like that. Condemned brides and abused the poor. The prophet Micah charged Judah to do justice and walk humbly. We know that's where that verse comes from. The prophet Isaiah said there is coming judgment for blind Israel and rescued through the suffering servant. Isaiah is quoted a lot in Matthew. Jesus is the suffering servant. God had compassion on the Assyrian through the prophet Jonah. Jonah was swallowed up by a whale, or a fish of some sort, a large fish. You actually don't know what it is. Jonah's story is actually really good. It's not just about him being stuck in the belly of a whale. It's about he had a pride problem, and he didn't want to go where God wanted him to go, and he ended up in a fish because of it. Then you got King in Judah, trusted God. And then you got the prophet Zechariah said that the day of the Lord was near. And then King Josiah in Judah renewed the covenant with God's people. I cannot believe that we are skipping over every bit of this.
I know.
Oh my goodness, there's more that we're skipping over?
Oh, wait, there's more.
Man, can I just encourage you guys to some of this just really needs to be studied.
It really do.
It do.
That one does. That one does. Micah needs done.
I feel like one of every one of them. If you want to understand who is who, then you have to understand Amos's mission. We've done him in the membership. You gotta Hosea. Oh my gosh, Hosea is so good. Let me give you a short snippet of Hosea. It was Hosea, right? Yeah, his wife. Okay, yeah. Oh my gosh, Hosea is so good. His wife done ran off on him and got herself in a predicament where she was basically enslaved, okay, by, I'm trying to figure out how to say it so TikTok won't be upset.
He married a woman of ill repute.
There you go. Okay. All right. And then she ran off on him and found herself in a situation where she had to be bought. Okay. Where she had to be bought back. Okay. And instead of leaving her be, the Lord told him to go get her and pay for her and bring her back home. I don't know. That book is so good because it's the foreshadow of what Jesus does for us. He bought us at a price, right? So good. But it's also the woman he redeemed. He redeemed the prostitute, the one that ran away, the one that got herself in a big old mess, and he came and he paid for her. It's all those people you thought you would give up on, but you gave up on them too soon because you gave up on them when the Lord was really telling you to go get them. I don't like Hosea, just so good. How we gonna skip over that one? I mean, I feel like you should have done at least one chapter in each of the prophets. But I guess that's just me. That hurts my heart. Let's see what else we got to skip over. I feel like you need to do at least one chapter in each of these. But I guess you would be here forever. But now you're missing all the good stuff. All the prophets are so good. The prophet Jeremiah said Jerusalem would be destroyed because of Israel's disobedience. Listen, Jeremiah, my man. My man. He is known as the weeping prophet. He's known as the weeping prophet. He quoted one of my favorite verses that says, I am broken by the brokenness of my people. Like, describes me to a T. He whined a lot, but he was so burdened and so sad about his people. I don't think the prophets get studied the most. I think a lot of people don't know a lot about the prophets. I know I didn't know a lot about the prophets until I studied them myself. Hosea, I don't think that one had gotten taught in church much. Ezekiel's really good. Ezekiel ends up having the Valley of Dry Bones in it. Oh, that's one of my favorite ones. I guess it's all my favorite. I be saying that all the time. So I don't know. I don't think that they're read the imagery and all. Yep. See, Melanie, don't know much about. Hey, somebody start a poll. How many of you know a lot about the prophets and how many of you don't? It is 40 days through the Bible. Let's take a poll and see. Vote on the poll. And I'm just eager to see how many of you know a lot about the prophets or really don't. Yes, you can get this on Amazon. It's in my Amazon storefront. And I've decided that I do make profits off my Amazon storefront, and all my profits I make off of that is going to go to fixing our foundation. So by buying the book you want through my Amazon storefront, you can support our foundation getting fixed at our shop as well.
Somebody beat me to it.
The poll?
Yeah. And it was good too.
So is there a poll? I go live Monday, Thursday, and Friday at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then Tuesday night at 7 p.m. And all that's Eastern Standard Time. That is okay, girlfriend.
Yeah, somebody got one.
I hope that you do get to visit our shop. I don't know. I want to. I probably will, as long as I'm not busy. Depends on what tomorrow, Saturday looks like. Because I got a long day today, and then I'll be at the shop all day tomorrow. Tomorrow's my day to work, Saturday. So, as long as I'm not busy, I probably will go live. The prophets are so good. While y'all are voting on that, let me first chug some of my coffee, and then I'm going to finish reading these. It's in Violet Mountain. It's very close. It's on Main Street in Pilot Mountain. Look at my devoted hubby out there just loading up all the stuff for our event tonight. I was waiting on him to look at me when I said that. That was funny, and he did. I have not done my water yet. Ooh, Angie, go get on the wax. I forgot to do that. Because I woke up 5 minutes before time to be out of here. I think you gotta click something at the bottom to be able to vote on the poll. Okay, while that's going, we will most definitely pray for you and add you to our prayer list. I love that. Okay, Nahum, is that how you say his name? I don't know, Kabir. Taught the people to trust God and to believe him, especially in times of great trouble and despair. I know that's right. See, he needs to be studied too. The prophet Joel warned people to turn from sin to God, and he foretold that one day God's Spirit will be poured out on all people. Habakkuk, I don't know how to say that one, predicted that Babylon would judge Judah and that the righteous would live in faith. Ezekiel saw visions of the presence of God leaving the temple as well as the future resurrection of God's people. Listen, Ezekiel is a hard one to get through, but it's really good if you can get through it. The cities of both Samaria in the north and Jerusalem in the south fell. The people of Israel were exiled. The people of Israel mourned and fall of their holy city, Jerusalem. God spoke through, how do you say his name? Obadiah. I did it. Obadiah about a day of judgment that is coming for all nations when they receive justice for all their deeds. Daniel had visions of the future, including the end times and the resurrection of the dead. Daniel is good. Why are we skipping over Daniel? The temple was rebuilt without its original grandeur. Ezra is really good. And then, is it Haggai?
Yep.
Or no, is it Haggai or Haggai is the one, we studied one of them on Coffee Talk and we went all the way through it.
It's Haggai.
It was Haggai, right? Because they needed to rebuild the temple, but they were being idle and their houses were pretty, but their temple wasn't built. That's Haggai, right? Got it. Okay.
Yep, God asked him, why is my house
in ruins? But yes. See? Why are we skipping it? It was. I love that. Oh, look. Haggai said, build God's house. So I love that one. See, we always skip it. Zechariah predicted Christ riding in on a donkey and that Jerusalem would be blessed to all nations. God demonstrated his sovereignty, providence and care even for nations other than Israel in Esther. We're skipping over Esther.
No, that's just rude.
We're skipping over Esther and Ruth.
Rude.
Ain't we? I think so.
I think so.
Nehemiah rebuilt the walls of Jerusalem. Look at that. 80% of people.
There's a need.
That's wild. We're skipping some good stuff. And impatient Israel was told by God through Malachi to wait for a messenger, and 400 years of silence passed where no messenger of God spoke. Ugh.
Yep, we're skipping Ruth.
We are, aren't we?
Yep, because it goes, I looked ahead. We got Solomon,
Mm-hmm.
and then the exile
Mm-hmm.
of Samaria and North Jerusalem.
Temple.
The temple, waiting. 400 years of silence, and then it goes to the New Testament.
Wow. I mean, I guess they couldn't fit it all in here. This book would be huge, but come on.
I mean, it should have been.
At least one chapter from each book.
We could have went a year just working on this book.
I know. One chapter from each book.
Or at least an overview.
I know. Do what?
An overview of each book.
Yeah. I mean, I get why they do this. A lot of it, and this is for people who don't know much about the Bible. So, I guess it's kind of like, I'm at a disadvantage of seeing this clearly because I do know my Bible. So, when I'm seeing the prophets be skipped, I'm like, oh no, you know. But other people aren't going to know because you don't really know the prophets. So you're not going to think too much into that. So I guess I would just say I'm at a disadvantage for the book, but an advantage for the Bible. But it's making me not be able to see it because this is a book for somebody who really doesn't understand or know a lot about the Bible and they're trying to learn about it. And they're taking you through 40 days through the Bible to help you learn about the Bible. Does that make sense? So I guess it kind of is like hurting my heart that I'm just seeing good things not be talked about. Anna, that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
I want to find a study that explains in one of my 14-year-olds. Lindsay, where was that at? Like what book? What are you referring to? Because it really depends on where you've read it. Yes, Access to all of Paul's journey. Acts is really good. That's cool. Just in general. Most of those, when it talks about stuff like that, it's describing a vision. And most visions have deeper meaning. And they mean something else other than what you're reading. So you really got to like study in those things. Especially in like Ezekiel. Ezekiel's about a lot of visions, and you have to break it down. But actually, the second half of Daniel gets skipped over a lot because it's a lot of visions.
I think her question is she wants a study that will explain the Trinity to her 14-year-old.
Is it? Is that it? Is it? Are you talking about the the Trinity? You're gonna have to turn her phone down, honey. Yes. Ah! Girl, I read that wrong then. I'm over here thinking about dreams. That would be cool. We could come up with something for that. We've talked a lot about that in the membership. And I think the best way that we described it was, or my favorite way, it was the egg. So like we use like real life things to try to help people understand. And one of the members said that they always heard it as the egg, right? Because an egg has 3 parts. An egg has the outside, which is God, right? And then you break it and you got the yolk and the whites, right? And all 3 of the things combined together makes the egg. But there's 3 separate parts, just like there's God the Father, Jesus the Son, and the Holy Spirit. God the Father was always and forever will be. Jesus came in living form. He was human and God, right? And then when Jesus died and resurrected, the Holy Spirit was sent upon us so that when we receive Jesus and we believe in Him, the Holy Spirit gets to live inside of us. But the Trinity was also mentioned in Genesis when he created man. He done it in our image, right? He done it in, and when he said that, he was talking about because Jesus was already in his mind. He already knew what was going to happen. Jesus was already in the plan. Yep. Jesus was around through the Old Testament. Yep. Holy Spirit, the Lights Protection Center. Yeah. Look, I like it, Amanda. I liked that. Somebody described it like that. But I just see it as like threefold. God makes up many different parts. Hopefully that helped a little bit. But we could make a download so that it could help people understand it. Okay, so our last little thing is God's people move from a united kingdom to a divided kingdom, to exile and captivity, to reentry and rebuilding. Is that the word? So you got the death of Josiah, Nebuchadnezzar, and then 70 years of captivity of Jeremiah, and then Cyrus's decree to free the Jews, and then you got the rebuilding. So you got King of Judah, the Babylonian captivity, and then the rebuilding. I love it. Look at that. I like these cute little diagrams. All my shirts, biblical and mind your business. Thank you. That's funny. All right, let's see. It's 8:12. I don't know that I want to start this. Because we're not going to have time to finish it. Y'all want to go over, I don't want to start this because I don't think we'll have time to finish it. Do y'all want me to share with y'all some of my notes I'm going to talk about tonight on Bible study? I don't think we'll really have time to do any of the prophets. And I would have to decide, you know, what chapter we need to read of each one that really tells about that prophet. So what if I do want to do some of the prophets. I'm probably going to look into some of that this weekend, really. And we're going to stop doing our study one day to be able to study some of those prophets before we keep going. The Bible study is at my shop in Pilot Mountain, North Carolina. We have an event today, and it's going to be a Bible study this evening. But y'all, let's go over some of my Psalms 118 notes. Y'all can tell me if they're going to be good for tonight. Let me see. Did I do Psalms 1? Where did I do it at? Hold on. Look, I'm going to have to finish it in this one before tonight. Did I do it in this one? 2? I don't know. Let me see. I don't think I did. I think I started 119. Yep, I started 119 in this Bible. Okay. All right, y'all ready? So I got my Jesus Bible. That's what I'm taking tonight.
Me too.
Yeah. Listen, I gotta finish it though. I got a little bit left. I'll make a TikTok in a little bit finishing that one up because it's so. The verse says, "Oh, give thanks to the Lord, for he is good, for his steadfast love endures forever." I said, he is always worthy of our praise, and God is good, and his love is forever. It says, "Let Israel say, his steadfast love endures forever. Let the house of Aaron say, his steadfast love endures forever. Let those who fear the Lord say, his steadfast love endures forever." I said, he never abandoned them, and he won't abandon me. And I love that because we talked the other day, didn't we, about what it really meant. Hold on. About what it really meant. Was it in here? The steadfast love. Remember? Do y'all remember? Hold on. Where was it? Oscar, stop. 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 Stop it. Do y'all remember? Where was it at? We just thought about that, and it had a whole new meaning. I guess not. I guess I'm not going to be able to find it. I asked y'all what that meant to you. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? Where we talked about the steadfast love of God. Like his love endures forever. I ain't going to be able to find it. It's fine. But I put, he'll never abandon them and he won't abandon me. And then it says, out of my distress, I call on the Lord, and the Lord answered and set me free. I said we should call on the one who can set us free. The Lord is on my side. I will not fear. What can man do to me? The Lord is on my side as my helper. I shall look in triumph on those who hate me. I love that one. My little note said the Lord is on our side as our helper. But I really can't put into words what that actually means to me. Like, if you walked into every situation fully understanding that the Lord is on your side, how could you fear when you walk into the room? You know what I mean? Like, he's on your side, so you don't have to fear. Because men can't touch you. Man can't touch you when you're covered by God. You need to understand that whatever happens in your life is happening for a purpose and for God's purpose, and he's going to use that in some shape, form, or fashion. It don't always mean it'll be pretty, but it can always be used. My story is very ugly, but it can be used to reach those who need hope in their hard place. Right? It's understanding that God comes before all men, all kings, all princes. Nothing can stand against him. Even if it may seem like the world is daunting and the world is winning or the enemy is winning or bad people are winning. It may seem that way to your eyes, but it's not true. Because God is over it all. And he wouldn't allow any of it to happen if he didn't have a greater good for it. And we have to hold to that promise. But then verse 7 says that the Lord is on my side as my helper. I'm going to tell you what, if there is one person you want in your corner, it's the Lord. If there is one person you want as your helper, it's him. Because he's the one that can rescue you, redeem you, all the things. He's the one that'll be there. He's the one that'll give you your comfort. He's the one that will remind you of hope. He's the one that knows what you need in that situation before you even know you need it in that situation. Right? He's your helper. Listen, I love this. Hold on. I got an idea. Watch this. The definition, let's see. The definition of helper is one who helps, right? Assist somebody. Companion, okay. What's a helper's mentality? Shifting one focus from self-concerns to the problem of assisting others. Like, that's good. Helper. He is there to help you and assist you in all situations. And there's nobody I would rather have in my corner than God to be my helper. He's your helper. In every situation you walk into, in every room you walk into, he's your helper. And because of that, I shall look in triumph on those who hate me. You can look like the victory's already been won. Because it has. It has. Because of who you walked into the room with. I don't do religion, I do relationship. I don't consider it religion. Religion is what put Jesus on a cross. So we do relationship with him here. It is better to take refuge in the Lord than to trust in man. It is better to take refuge in the Lord than to trust in princes. The psalmist knew that man, kings, princes, God was above them all. God is above them all. He is above all of those things that we have to trust in God and not in man. Right? A lot of the people what got them into trouble during all this time in the Bible is they always wanted to put more trust in their king than in the Lord, than in God himself. They had God as a king, but because he wasn't a physical king that they could actually see, they wanted a human king. And because of that, they ended up going into slavery, and their kids were taken from them. We learned a lot about that in our 40 Days Through the Bible, right? All the things that Samuel told the people that their king would do to them, but the people didn't care. They still wanted the king. They still wanted what was bad for them, even though they knew what was coming, right? And it's the same here, is that this psalmist understood that he needed to trust in God over man. Because no matter who the king was, no matter who the prince was, God was still over them all. God was still over them all. 9 and 10, all nations surround me. In the name of the Lord, I cut them off. They surround me on every side. In the name of the Lord, I cut them off. That also means to destroy them. I wrote, when we are surrounded, we can take our position with Jesus. I love that. When we're surrounded, we can take our position with Jesus. And I also made a little note in here. It says, praise the Lord, oh my soul, I won't be quiet. My God is alive. How could I keep it inside? From that song, Praise. I love it. I love that. Then I wrote, it says, they surround me like bees. They went out like a fire among thorns. In the name of the Lord, I cut them off. I put, even when I'm surrounded, I can take my stand. I will defeat my enemies because the Lord is with me. I pushed hard so that I was falling, but the Lord helped me. I said, we fight hard, but sometimes we feel like we're falling, but God will come and help us. And I love that verse because I see it as like imagery. You ever just tried to push so hard for something, but then it just really seems like you're not succeeding anyway? Does that make sense? Like, you've just pushed so hard for something. You really want something to happen, but you feel like you're falling and you're failing instead of succeeding in where you have wanted to go. You know what I mean? You ever feel like that? But you can know that when you're pushing that hard and when it seems like you are falling, you're failing, he just holds his hand out and he comes to help you. And your job is just simply to grab a hold so he can put you back upright again. Right? You ever just reached your hand out and knew who you were reaching for? Yeah. I don't know. That's just the imagery that I get when I read that, because it's like, I'll never fall into a pit deep enough where his hand won't reach down and tell me to grab on. And I think that sometimes we forget that. We get ourselves in these bad situations and we just think that we're too far gone. But we're not. You'll never be in a pit that you've put yourself in. You'll never get in there deep enough to where he can't get to you. You just got to reach out your hand and grab a hold of his. This is Psalms 118. But you got to be willing to do that. Some of us aren't willing to reach out the helping hand. Some of us, we say, here, let me help you. And then you're like, no, thank you. I did them all. You're like, here, let me help you. No, I thank you. Thank you, but no thanks, because I don't like receiving help. I like doing everything all on my own. I don't want to receive help, Lord. And then they're over here, let me help you. No, thank you. And you're pushing the help's hand away. Because I want to do it on my own. I don't need help. But God is your helper. But God's your helper. So he has sent the help. And you're telling it to go away. You're like, nope, go away. I don't know. Thank you, but no thanks. I don't like receiving help. I like doing things all on my own. That way I don't got to trust nobody. I heard it said last week. They said, I've learned not to depend on anybody but me. And I said, man, I don't want to be somebody who depends on nobody but me. Because me, Kelsey, there's no way I could do all this on my own. There is no way that I could carry the weight that I carry on my own. Somebody can be around me for 10 minutes and my phone is just ringing off the hook and they're like, I could never do that. Your phone rings way too much. And I'm like, yeah, but that's people who love me and want to talk to me and who help me. So yeah, my phone rings a lot. I don't always answer on the first ring, but I'm going to call them back because those are my helpers. Those are who God sent to help me. And thank gosh, and I can't do it all on my own, so God sends the help. And I can't do it all on my own because I'd mess it up because I'm mere human. I would mess it up. I'd mess it up so big. I wouldn't be able to get it right if I didn't ask the Lord for his assistance. If I didn't let him guide me, which is what Psalms 119 talks about. It talks about, hold on. I'm not going to know where this is. I'm going to have to look in the other Bible. Hold on. Verse 105 from Psalms 119. Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path, right? You are my hiding place and my shield. I hope in your word. I love that one too. There's one more right here somewhere. Hold on. It's so good. Hold on. It talks about him being your God, but this all this ain't highlighted. So I'm not going to know where it's at because there's 176 verses here. It talks about the Lord, his word, being your God. It's a verse. Yes?
I'm going to go slay some giants.
You're going to go slay some giants?
Yeah.
Where's that at?
That's the
Oh, okay.
giant grass.
Giant grass. How long do you think all that's going to take you by chance?
Is it that go up and get started?
Okay. All right, I'm not going to be fun. Let's keep going. Hold on. But I just urge you to read Psalms 119 because it goes to it too.
No, what do you say? 105.
Let me look. No, that's your word is a lamp to my feet. Nope, it talks about it. It's a different one. I'll look for it in a second. But then it says that because let's go on because this is another really good verse that I love. The Lord is my strength and my song. He has become my salvation. Glad songs of salvation are in the tents of righteousness. The right hand of the Lord does vanity. The right hand of the Lord exalts. The right hand of the Lord does that word. I can't say that word. But anyway, I write down, the Lord is my strength when I am weak and my song when I don't have one in me. He is everything. The Lord is my salvation because I trust in him for help and deliverance. He is my rest and rescue. Ain't that good?
So good.
Steve slaying giant grass.
Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta slay this work.
Oh yeah, you gotta go to work at 10, don't you? I gotta sit right here and finish my stuff this morning. Glad songs of salvation. We should share our rescue. We should never be quiet about all that the Lord has done. And I circled glad songs of salvation because it's songs. Songs to be sang, songs to be told. If we don't share our story and our testimony, our salvation, and what God has done for us, we shouldn't be quiet about our rescue. We should be proclaiming it to the world, because our rescue is our testimony. And our testimony will bring others to come to know Him like we do. And I promise you, when you've come to know Jesus like the way that I have, you'll want everybody to have it. I want everybody to have it. But the only way to have it is by telling people about the rescue that He did for me. Right? And then verse 17, it says, I shall not die, but I shall live and recount the deeds of the Lord. What He's done for you, right? I wrote, death has no hold on me. I love this verse because it means a lot to me because of somebody that I know that loves this verse. But there are times in our life when maybe we're suffering so much. I wish he would have got Charlie in before he left. Please don't jump.
He's going to end up hanging himself.
I know. Can you maybe go get...
Yeah.
Did Steve stop?
No.
He didn't?
No.
Man, Steve, what's wrong with you? Why'd you leave Charlie out there? I love that verse because it is, you ever just had those moments in your life where you're just not sure that you want to stay around, you know? And I know that a lot of people have, right? A lot of people have. But this verse reminds us why we should live. Because there are still things that the Lord has done for you that you need to share. And there are things that the Lord hasn't done for you yet. But when He does, you need to share. It's so good. You need to live and proclaim what God has done for you and what He's going to do for you. And it's just so good. I love that. The Lord has disciplined me severely. He has not given me over to death. God allowed the hardship to bring forth a lesson in teaching, is what I wrote down. The discipline is necessary. It's needed in your life. Because the discipline... No, I don't want to slay the giant. I sent Angie to slay the giant. That's rude, Steve. Angie slayed the giant. I love that because a lot of us don't like discipline. And we see it as bad. Like we see discipline as bad. If you have to be disciplined, it's because you've done something wrong, right? Like you don't like it. You're like, oh, I hate being disciplined. Being disciplined means I'm not good or something, right? We have these negative emotions with discipline, but discipline is actually for you. I'm going to have to go rescue Charlie. Stop, Charlie. Charlie.
Come on.
Sit.
I was going to take him in there and shut the door.
No, he's fine. Stop. Sit and chill out. Oscar, quit your crap. You'll get yourself in trouble. Now chill out. My goodness, I gotta go deal with the dog. My point is, discipline isn't a bad thing. Discipline is something that will teach you. And you need to be taught, right? It's hardship to bring forth the lesson and teaching. Charlie! Stop. Stop. Get over here and sit. Oscar, go lay down. Both of y'all, quit being like that. Sit and stay. Thank you. Boy. Get these giants over here under control. I gotta finish the rest of it. Discipline when it comes to your health. I love that. Charlie, quit jumping on Andrew.
He's fine.
I'm gonna beat him up. Yes, Amanda, I love that. All right, you guys. I love you guys so big. I got some more. I got to finish journaling before tonight to be able to do the rest of my teaching and all the good things. I need to think of some like discussion questions too that I can have with everybody, which would be really cool. Are you talking about the Be Still Bible bag? If you are, yes, it fits all Bibles, but I can't get, yeah, you are, okay. I can't, bless you, my goodness. But I can't get any more of those. I actually can't get any more till September, unfortunately. So it's going to be a little bit before they come back in stock. Charlie. Ooh, about dropped my phone here. Wait a minute. What happened? Steve messing with my phone thingy? That's what he was doing yesterday. I love that, Kim.
They are pretty good.
Are they? Did you get one?
You gave me one.
Did I?
Yeah, sitting in yonder. The diverse bees?
No, she's talking. I thought she was talking about the
No.
micro.
She got one of the diverse
Oh,
bees.
I thought she. Listen, I don't know. Too many people be buying things. Chapter 14 isn't up. I have to finish it right here, and then I'm going to get it put up. I got to finish the rest of the verses. Chapter 14 download goes up today. The video went up yesterday. The download will go up today. Nope, no nap for me today. Too much to do. I'm going to go make my bed and finish cleaning my kitchen so that when I do get done working tonight, I'm going to get my house. I got 2 things to do sitting right here. I'm going to get those finished. And then I'm going to go clean up my house and make my bed and all those good things and eat something before I get ready to go to work. And then I'm going to go to work about noon. And then I'm just going to slay the day. Yes, I am. Me and the Lord. We're just going to face our giants and get it done. And drink water. Yes, what Krista said. Drink water. I forgot that part. What happened was. All right, you guys. I love y'all so big. I hope y'all have a fabulous rest of the day. Do what? Okay. I'll go to work then. Yes. Yes, ma'am. It do be. All right. I love you guys so big. I hope y'all have a fabulous rest of the day. Make sure you're in the membership group. Purpose of Hope Facebook group because if I do decide to go live this weekend, that's where I'm going to post it. That's where it always gets posted when I go live. So, make sure you're in there in case I decide to, in case tomorrow is like a super slow day. All right, you guys. I love y'all so big. Have a great day. Bye, guys.